Welcome to the Big Beautiful Bill, the good, the bad, and the taxing. I'm Philip Corson, a CFP and estate attorney for more than 20 years.
And I'm Mike Flanders, a CFP with a couple extra decades of experience helping retirees and pre-retirees make smart tax decisions.
In this series, we're going to help you learn the rules, dodge the pitfalls, and find your opportunities under the new law, all in short, easy to follow sessions.
So here we go with part 2 of number 4. Well, actually, number 4 of part 2. No, it's number 2 of part 4.
2 or 4.
I just like to mess with you. Today we're going to cover whether you're a winner or a loser under the Big Beautiful Bill, and you'll walk away knowing exactly how the Big Beautiful Bill could affect your retirement plan.
That's right. Today we're going to dive back into the Big Beautiful Bill to see where you might come out ahead and where you might be thinking, well, better luck next time.
More importantly, we're going to talk about opportunities that you can still grab before the rules change again, because in tax law, change is the only constant.
Yeah, think of today as a roadmap. By the end, you'll know whether you're a winner or a loser and what to do next.
So here's the quick version of what's in the new law. We've got permanent lower brackets from 2017, a bigger standard deduction, a temporary extra boost for those 65 and older, higher state and local tax deduction limits for now, and a handful of new above-the-line deductions.
Yeah, and when we say above the line or below the line we're talking about is your adjusted gross income. And remember, in Washington, when they say permanent, that just means until Congress meets again. But for now, this is the landscape we're working in.
Yep. So our job today is to just break this down into 2 questions. Who benefits? Who doesn't? And maybe more importantly, what you should be thinking about before the window of opportunity closes.
So let's look at the standard and senior deduction.
So for many retirees, these bigger deductions are a big deal, sometimes enough to reduce or even eliminate taxes on your Social Security.
It's like a 65th birthday gift from the IRS. But if your income gets too high, then they may take back their gift, which is why they don't get invited to a lot of birthday parties.
That's right. Do not have them there. So here's how it goes. Once a married couple's modified adjusted gross income hits $150,000, the deduction starts to shrink, disappearing entirely if your income is at $250,000 or above.
But if you're under the phase-out amount, this could mean thousands in savings. So managing your income sources becomes very important.
Yes. So now let's look at state and local taxes.
The old SALT cap was $10,000, but for the next few years, it's $40,000, which will likely help folks in New York and California a whole lot more than folks in the Carolinas.
Yeah, and that said, if you have high property taxes or pay significant state income tax here, you can still see some benefit, especially if you've been itemizing.
Yeah, just remember, this phases out at higher incomes too, so it's not a blanket win for everybody.
So the increased estate and gift tax exemption is a win for almost everyone, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, most of our clients won't have to worry about estate taxes with a $15 million exemption. But that doesn't mean estate planning isn't important.
That's right. The real win here is making sure your plan avoids probate. You keep things from falling into the wrong hands, and you protect assets if your health declines later in life.
Exactly. I mean, proper planning can make things quicker, easier, and less expensive for your family, and it gives you peace of mind knowing that everything is set up correctly. So, who loses under the Big Beautiful Bill?
I was afraid we were going to get to this. Well, if your income is too high, that extra $6,000 senior deduction, it fades quickly.
Which is why timing of income, whether from investments, retirement accounts, or other sources, can really make a difference.
Exactly. Yeah. The point isn't to live on less so you can get the deduction. It's to plan your withdrawals so you don't accidentally miss out on a tax benefit that you could have kept.
Yeah. So are there other losers?
Well, for many in North and South Carolina, the SALT change won't be life changing.
Yeah.
Right?
But if you're already paying more than $10,000 in state and local taxes, this could still put a little more money in your pocket, at least until 2029.
Right. And I'll throw one thing in right quick that we didn't really discuss, but if you were a owner of a pass-through entity, there's was a law that North Carolina's legislature passed to make that a little easier, so you could still deduct it, but you had to jump through a bunch of hoops and everything on your corporate tax return or whatever. Now you can just bring them right back in here and make it a lot easier. So
Nice.
just a thought.
So let's think about some smart moves under the new law.
Okay. Well, Roth conversions can make sense when your income is lower, or if you're worried taxes might go up in the future.
Yeah, even though we don't have a crystal ball, given our national debt, it's hard to imagine that tax rates are going to go down in the future.
Right. I agree. But the key is to run the numbers. Don't just, wild guess it. Make sure the short-term cost now is worth the long-term benefit later. And in many cases it is.
Yeah, I mean, because, after you convert money from a traditional to a Roth account, that money is now tax-free forever.
Yes.
Which really can benefit your spouse, even your children after you're gone for many years.
Right. Much less yourself.
Not to mention yourself.
Not to mention it. So this is where asset AVT, or as we like to refer to it as our avatar, which is alignment, verification, and tracking comes in. It's making sure everything you own lines up with your plan and stays that way.
And while we're busy doing that, we can also look at protecting assets from future care costs, making sure your estate doesn't get tied up in court after you're gone.
Yes, exactly. So planning ahead keeps you in control. Instead of letting the government or circumstances decide for you, you make the plan and you keep it on track. So remember, the Big Beautiful Bill's timeline has different start and end dates for different provisions. That can make things a little tricky to know when to act.
Yeah, and the rules can be confusing enough that it's easy to miss an opportunity or misunderstand what applies to you.
And that's why many people discover after looking at the details that having a clear plan can save them time, stress, and possibly thousands of dollars.
Yeah, just know we're here to help if you need us.
Now that we've covered the winners and losers under the Big Beautiful Bill, let's open the mailbag and tackle some real life questions from some people that have some real life questions.
I like it. First up is a question from Jim and Tammy in Greensboro. I keep hearing that tax rates were going up in 2026. Does this mean our rates will stay the same for a while longer?
Yeah, that's right. The 10%, 12%, 22 and 24%, and then 32 and 35 and the 37% bracket are all staying put for now. So we avoid a sudden jump back to the higher rates in the near term.
So that's good news.
Yeah.
Your taxes will still go up eventually, but before they do, you'll have time to perfect your calming meditation techniques.
So next is a question from Steve and Carolyn Asheville. If one of us needs nursing home care, does this new rule mean we could keep more equity in our home and still qualify for Medicaid?
Well, how's this for a lawyer-like answer?
No. It depends.
It depends. The home equity cap for Medicaid eligibility will be raised to $1 million in 2028, which means more people can protect their residents while still qualifying for Medicaid. But the home itself can remain subject to something called estate recovery after the death of the surviving spouse. So if you really want to protect the home for the family, legal planning is still required.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, it's a meaningful increase, obviously, which can help out in a crisis, but it's not a planning technique, and the other asset rules still apply.
Exactly. So next is great. This is a great question from Tina and Jack in Mooresville. We give to our church every year, but don't itemize deductions. Will we be able to deduct our donations now?
Yes. Starting in 2026, so next year, you can deduct up to $1,000 per person, $2,000 for couples, for charitable giving, even if you take the standard deduction. It's not huge, but it's something.
Yeah, it's a small but nice recognition for generosity.
Yeah. So lastly, this is a question from Carl and Jeanette in Indian Land. We've always itemized and deducted our charitable giving. what's this new 0.5% rule, and does it mean we'll lose some of our deduction?
Well, I mean, it means you have to give away at least 0.5% of your adjusted gross income before your charitable gifts count for deduction purposes.
Okay.
So if your AGI is $100,000, the first $500 you give away isn't deductible. So for many retirees, I would say this is not a problem, but it's worth watching if your income drops in retirement.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the medical deduction. You have to exceed 7.5% of that adjusted gross income number before they start counting as an itemized deduction and getting to the number. So don't let this stop you from giving, however. Just track your income and donations to avoid surprises. And that's it for the mailbag today, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
So today was all about understanding what the changes under the Big Beautiful Bill mean for you. But knowing what's changed is just the first step. You also need to know how to position your retirement savings moving forward.
So that's why we're going to invite you again to our Investing 101 presentation on Saturday, September 13th. You can join us for breakfast in Clover, or you can come to dinner in Jamestown, North Carolina.
Or both if you're hungry.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Have all your meals with us that day.
Yeah. Just RSVP at spcinvesting.com or planningyourlegacy.com, or look around this webinar and see if we've figured out how to install a button that lets you register right from this page.
Yes. So we'd love to see you there and help you make both the Big Beautiful Bill and your investments work better for your future. So take care, everybody.